I'm Fred Endress with the Furuno USA Light Marine Product Department, and today I'd like to give you the first look at Furuno's new remote touch encoder for TZtouch2 and TZtouch3. This new touch encoder comes in two knob colors. You have your basic stainless color right here, and then it also comes with a black stainless. The part numbers for these touch encoders are TEU001B for black stainless and TEU001S for the silver stainless steel. The new touch encoder closely matches the functionality of the MCU002. The available functions for the new touch encoder are as follows: edge swipe, zoom in and out, both function gestures, cursor, mouse pointer, chart panning, and the enter button. Let's go over the available controls of the new touch encoder. The main control is the ring on the outside of the unit. You can turn it to scroll in, zoom out. You can also use this to make menu selections, or you can use this to select a new display on your quick page. Now, if you want to select a menu selection, you can also use this. Now you also have an LCD screen. You can touch on the LCD screen, and that's your cursor. You can swipe down, up, left, or right on the LCD screen, and that's your edge swipe menus. So I swiped out to the right, I brought up my data page. I swipe again in the same direction, data page goes away. Same thing for the left swipe out. I can bring that up, I can make selections. I can also swipe out again, and my data page goes away. I can swipe up on the bottom. I can get my plotter menu. I can use my roto key to scroll and make selections. And again, I can swipe down from the top to bring up my quick page. Now down here you have your two function tap gesture. You have a short tap and a long tap. So right now I have my full page set to the long press. Just touch and hold. I can go back and forth. Now let's select the fish finder screen. Now, on the short tap function, I have this set up for gain control. And this gain control works on the fish finder screen, the radar screen, and the DFF3D screen. So, short tap, I bring up my HF gain. I can use my roto key to adjust my gain. Tap it again, and I can bring up my LF gain, adjust it. One more time, I can bring up my clutter, and if I press it one more time, it goes away. Now, I could have moved my cursor up there and hit done anytime during that, but I found it just as easy just to scroll through all the gain controls and get out. And that's true for the radar and the DFF3D as well. So again, you have the outside roto key for zoom in and zoom out, or changing your range. You have the LCD, you can use that as a cursor, an enter button. You can also pan your charts with that, and it also is your edge swipe. And then down here you have your two finger tap function. You got a short press and a long press for your functions. There are three settings that I like to change when using the new touch encoder. Let me show those to you. The first one is under Settings, General, and then it's your two finger tap function and your two finger long tap function. So I like to have one of the tap functions set to full screen, but you can select any of the tap functions in here. The second one, because I like to have access to manual gain control, I set the second tap function to manual gain control. That's right here. But you can select any of these functions for your usage. The third setting that I like to change is the user interface auto hide. It's defaulted to 10 seconds. I like to change it to 3 seconds. And the reason for doing so is when you have an edge swipe or you want a menu to disappear, instead of having to do something to make it disappear, it'll disappear in 3 seconds. So if you bring up an edge swipe, it's going to disappear in 3 seconds if you don't do anything with the edge swipe. The touch encoder comes with an M12 connector on one end. This end is attached to the touch encoder. This is a standard NMEA 2000 connector. The other end is a male USB connector. This plugs into the rear USB port on the back of the TZtouch2 or TZtouch3 MFD. Now, just because this is an M12 connector and it's the same as an NMEA 2000 connector does not mean you can plug this into an NMEA 2000 backbone. It will not work. It will power on. It will not work. There will be no controls. It has to be plugged into the USB port on the back of the TZtouch2 or 3 MFD. To connect your cable to the touch encoder, you take your M12 connector side and it is keyed. Slide it in and just screw on the outside knob or nut. And you see it is powered on. To attach the other end of the touch encoder, simply attach the male USB connector to USB 1 located on the back of the TZtouch2 or TZtouch3 MFD. After a few seconds, you will see the touch encoder power on. A few additional notes concerning the usage of the new touch encoder. Just like the MCU002, this touch encoder can only control one MFD at a time. It cannot control multiple MFDs. If you're going to use this with a TZtouch2 BB, you need two, one for each side. If you need to extend this, use a USB-powered hub, just like you would for a generic mouse. For additional information concerning the new touch encoder, please visit us at FurunoUSA.com.